Yo, what's going on, guys? And today we're going to be talking about the fact that the Miami Heat are expected to go hunting for a star, baby. The Miami Heat had an unexpected run, if you want to say it was unexpected. Honestly, if you ask anybody on this Miami Heat's roster or a Miami Heat fan, they said this was expected. We needed just a playoff spot. We would have made a run, and they did it. Jimmy Butler said it halfway through the year. Now, this team was the 8th seed. They're looking to upgrade this offseason. They tried to trade for Kyrie at the deadline. They got a big contract in Kyle Lowry that they can trade. They got Duncan Robinson that they can trade, who probably restored his trade value. We also have Tyler Hero, who can be traded, who the Heat might have learned that, hey, maybe he became expendable after we went on a run without him. The last time they went on an NBA Finals run, Tyler Hero was a key part of it as a rookie. Now he's being paid $25 million a year. So that does deflate his value, you think, internally, as the team sees that they can win without. Now, my opinion, we have heard that regardless if they had somehow won this title, they were looking forward to bringing back a different roster. This is my own speculation. I haven't confirmed with sources. I love Bam Adebayo. I think he's a top 10 defender in the NBA. But I think he might have reached a ceiling in terms as an offensive player. And I think they realized that Bam Adebayo is probably suited to be the 3rd or 4th best player on a championship team. So they probably want to use everybody else to get a player that's better than Bam. They want to keep Bam, I bet you. They want to keep Bam Adebayo, but they've realized that Bam's got to be the 3rd star. Or that they got to use Bam to get a top 10 player to pair with our man. I've said it before. We've heard James Harden is somebody that the Miami Heat want. We've heard Chris Paul is somebody that the Miami Heat want. But there's been speculation that Bradley Beal would be someone that the Miami Heat would really, really want. And how do you get that deal to go down? Because it's a lot of money that they would need. I'm just speculating Bradley Beal. I personally think someone commented saying that Kristaps Porzingis or Kyle Kuzma would be a better fit for this team because he can play next to, those two can play next to Bam, either Bam being the center or Kristaps being the center or Bam being the center and Kyle Kuzma being the power forward. Because right here you look at it, Beal's making 46.7, okay? Meaning the Miami Heat, they have the contracts to do it. That's not the worry. You package Kyle Lowry and Duncan Robinson, and that's a done deal. You trade every pick you have. And that's a deal that the Wizards would tell you, go F yourself. A realistic deal would be Tyler Hero, Nikola Jovic, and Duncan Robinson and 2 first-round picks. Would I do that deal? Yes. Nikola Jovic is 1 first-round pick because he has 3 years left on his deal. So you could argue he's a first-round pick. So then 1 or 2 first-round picks included Tyler Hero and Duncan Robinson. As a Wizards fan myself, I would do that. The better deal that you would probably want, I mean, that's probably the best deal that the Heat would offer, okay? Because anything else, you're gutting the Heat's roster. But this is a quote from Brian WINDHORST. Quote, they have the draft picks at their disposal. They potentially have tradable contracts. I think they're going to go hunting for a star. I don't know if they'll get one. I don't know if it will break their way. There's other teams interested in it. I'm not going to sit here and tell you who it is because I'll get aggregated. But there are players they're keeping an eye on, and they'll have the ability to do it, especially if the players say, send me to Miami. We know Damian Lillard said, Crispy Haynes said Damian Lillard, Brooklyn or Miami. Quote, they have a little window here before the second apron kicks in where they may be able to spend a little bit of money. They have some draft picks they can trade. After the draft, they can get access to their 2030 pick. They have the 18th pick in this draft. Not that super interesting. I don't think they can beat all comers on a star trade, but if a player says, send me to Miami in the next 2 weeks, they're not in the worst position. The Heat were on Donovan Mitchell. I believe he was on, I know he was on Kevin Durant put the Heat on his list, and we know that they pursued Donovan Mitchell. I think that they were on Donovan Mitchell's list. This offseason, Damian Lillard is a potential trade target if they can't build a contender around him. Joel Embiid is a guy who has ties to the Heat, depending on what happens to James Harden. James Harden's another one. And of course, Bradley Beal's been a target for them for years. Let me hear your thoughts.